We're back. We hope you enjoyed your breakfast this morning. Let's hear it for our outstanding food service workers. We also appreciate the Herculean High School Jazz Band for their live performance and our award-winning Herculaneum High School dance team. They will be competing at state this coming weekend in Kansas City.
We'd also like to thank our maintenance department for finding a way to power everything. When this gym was built in 1964, they couldn't foresee today's technologies and our electrical needs.
In about a year and a half, we'll have a new high school gymnasium right over there. When Jefferson County 911 dispatch asked what we could call the new structure, our maintenance director said it would be the new gym. That name was rejected by Jeffco 911 officials because it had already been taken. According to them, you're sitting in the new gym.
Our first speaker this morning is the Duncan R5 School District Superintendent. Please welcome Dr. Clint Freeman.
Good morning, everyone. So I have to follow the dance team. So apple bottom jeans. Here we go. All right. So good morning. Welcome. Everyone online, welcome. My jokes are way funnier in person, so I apologize for that up front. It's all about the experience. That's what we talk about at Duncan R5. How's the experience so far today? Okay? All right, good. So I have the honor and privilege to serve this great community as superintendent of schools. I want to take a moment, and I know that the girls just did this, but when you're superintendent and you ask everyone from your team to come in on their day off to serve people that they don't really know, you still have to give them some kudos. So Nicole Arnold is in the back before she sneaks out, leading our food service department. Thank you guys very much. Kim Weibel is also in the back. Kim teaches fourth grade special education for us. In the last 2 years, Kim has been the direct contact for this event through the Growth Association with Sharon. So Kim, thank you very much for all your work on putting this up. Steve Copeland is sitting over here hiding. He's our director of maintenance. And yes, the new gym that we're going to build right over here, because Steve was on the phone with Jeffco 911, it's going to be called the Steve Copeland Gym, because that's the only name you could come up with in a short amount of time. So we look forward to seeing that here real shortly. Also, I want to just take a moment to thank Mr. Lichtenstein. He's our communications director. He's also the gentleman that helped put the shine on your coasters that you're going to take home. He's also the gentleman that's been making sure that the sound is working. He's also the gentleman that met with Livestream last night and KSDK and the leader and KMOX and all those other folks. So Matt is in the very back. Thank you for all your work. He's also the brains behind some of the moving and shaking that we're doing up here on the stage. Ms. Courtney Stenshorn, thank you for bringing the girls out this morning and the dance team. We really appreciate that. Also, Mr. Smelser does a great job, and you've already heard him and saw him, but again, thank you very much. Finally, to my admin team, if my admin team would stand up, please. I know you're embarrassed. Stand up. I'm looking directly at those two tables. Thank you guys for all you do. Again, it's their day off too, and they love having breakfast with the boss on their day off. They love it. And finally, I would be remiss if I didn't introduce our Board of Education. So if our Board of Education members would stand up, Mr. Jason Drennan, Ms. Cheryl Ellsworth, Ms. Marissa Newman, and Ms. Tammy Hyland. It's not the same in every district, but our school board, the pay is terrible here. I'm just going to tell you. We're working on that for these folks, but they dedicate a lot of time and energy and to make decisions for what's best for our kiddos. So we appreciate that. And finally, Dr. Willis, please stand. Joe Willis is right there in the middle, shaking his head no. Joe has been in contact with Kim on making all this happen. I was fortunate enough to be able to go to a conference this last week. It was in San Diego. And Joe was able to make sure that this all came about. And when I rolled in at 2:30 this morning from a delayed flight, Joe sent me a text and said everything's good to go. So again, without great people, these events don't happen. So thank you to everybody that made this possible this morning. Last year I stood here and I told you that we were going to try to pass a bond issue in 2023, and our voters supported that bond issue. Over 73% of our voters supported that, and that was huge for us, so we really appreciate that. $13.5 million, and it doesn't go as far as it used to, but we are currently putting a new safe and secure entryway at our middle school at St. Thomas, so if you know where that's at, go by and check out that construction. PV Elementary, we'll start that project when school is out. Tomorrow, I'll be taking a recommendation to our Board of Education for our new gym, which will be right over here in this current parking lot where most of you are parked, some of you are parked now, and our facility building, which will be behind our transportation department. And then if all goes well, we'll be making another recommendation for a turf football field. So thank you to our voters and our constituents. We're very excited about the progress we're making here in the Oakland R5 School District. So with all of that said, I just want to take a moment to talk about public education and education in general. So if you would just do me a favor and how it directly relates to Jefferson County growth. If you went to school, please stand up. If you went to school, private or public, please stand up. If you don't know if you went to school, ask your neighbor. They'll help you. So just take a look around real quick. I think most people are standing. I didn't say graduated from high school. I didn't say graduated from middle school. I just said went to school. Now, if you have anything to do with police academy, you went to the police academy, you're in law enforcement, please stay standing. Everyone else sit down. If you had nothing to do with law enforcement, please sit down. Okay. So here's the deal. Every one of you went to school, so you know how school works, right? Because you went there. Whether it was your second grade experience with Miss Darian, whether it was the fact that you got cut from the junior high basketball team, or the fact that you made homecoming king or queen. So you know how schools work. That would be like me saying I know how to tell Sheriff Marshak how to run his department. Because at 16 I got a speeding ticket, at 18 I got a speeding ticket, at 18 I got another speeding ticket. We don't need to, you get the point, right? I don't really know how to run the sheriff's department just because I got some speeding tickets. So you guys can sit down. Thank you very much. I appreciate your service. Thank you very much. I say that to make this connection. We all have opinions and we all have an opportunity to tell our story. It doesn't matter what our role is, whether it's your business, whether it's your department, your organization. And if we don't tell our story, someone else is going to tell it for us. So please remember that as you talk about Jefferson County. I have a lot of colleagues that are superintendents in St. Louis County, St. Charles County, and sometimes they'll say, well, you just live in Jefferson County. We're not just Jefferson County. We have great kids all over this county that are in our schools every day, and you have great people working with your kids every single day. I mean that. Thank you. So if you think about all the kids that you've seen here today, whether they greeted you, whether they performed for you, all of those things, we actually have a group just in Washington, D.C. Our gifted kids are performing right now. We also just finished wrestling, district wrestling, so we've got a group doing that. But we have groups all over, right? Not just Oakland R5. Superintendents in the room, please stand. I know there's several of you right back here. I'm not going to call you out. I'm not going to make you do anything else. So Dr. David Howig is the superintendent of Jefferson R7. Dr. Nikki Roos, the superintendent of Festus. And Dr. Jen Hector is the superintendent of Northwest. Dr. Crystal Ryder is the Crystal City superintendent. So these folks are also have kids in this county doing amazing things. And so thank you guys for the work that you do. We appreciate you. Telling your story 30 seconds at a time. One more little task, and you don't have to stand up. Get your phones out. Some of you have been texting ever since I got up here, so it's not a big deal. Get your phones out. Pick a picture. Tell your neighbor in 30 seconds about that picture. I'm going to stop my clock, and in 30 seconds, your neighbor's going to tell you about their picture. All right, everybody got their picture ready to go? Picture on your phone, you're going to take 30 seconds to tell that story. All right, are we ready? Go. All right, stop. Now it's your neighbor's turn. 30 seconds, go. All right, bring it back, stop. I know, okay, just real quick, if you guys could see the looks on your faces as you're sharing your pictures today, that was great. How many of you showed more than one picture? Raise your hand, be honest. Yeah, right, okay, thank you. Thank you for being honest. So you just told a story in 30 seconds about a picture on your phone. Every interaction that we have with people in our community can be done 30 seconds at a time. It's only 30 seconds, but it's 960 opportunities, right, in the day. That's a lot of 30-second conversations. A lot of you had a lot of conversations this morning. Are you telling the story that you want people to know about your organization, your business, your school, your department? Or are you letting them tell the story? Think about it. If you follow Dunklin R5 on social media, we're doing the best job we can to tell our story because I don't want anybody else telling my story. Because no one knows what we do in this space except for the people that are in this space. It's just the way it is. No one knows what the bank president does but the bank president. No one knows what Sheriff Marshak's doing but Sheriff Marshak. No one knows what our attorneys are doing except for the attorneys, city administrators. I don't want to tell Mr. Hickson how to run the city of Peevely just because I live in the city of Peevely. Right? They have to tell their story. So think about that as you go out of this room today. And are you telling your story the way you want it to be told? Or are you going to let somebody else make up that story for you? Finally, I just want to say that we are graduating kids every year. Thousands of kids graduating every year. And some of you are going to tell me that you can't find workers because you're not thinking about it correctly. My son is in the United States Air Force, C-17 pilot. He thinks it's absolutely asinine that we work 5 days a week. He's in the Air Force. He's on presidential detail right now and thinks it's absolutely asinine we work 5 days a week. I don't know what that really means for banks. I don't know what that means for a lot of us, but that's a piece of this, right? How are you getting those kids to want to come work for you? You've got to recruit them and retain them, and it's got to be attractive. It has to be attractive. Because there's a lot more opportunities out there than here. So what are you doing to make it attractive for your organization? Talk about the great things that your company can offer. Signing bonuses, tuition reimbursement, all of those pieces, right? Are you being intentional in that recruiting process? Dr. Dorian Dow loves the word intentional, right? Are you being intentional? I hope that you are. Tell the right story, the story that highlights Jefferson County and Jefferson County schools, and we really would appreciate that. We will do our best to continue to highlight Jefferson County for our students. So in closing, I want everyone here to look at all the amazing kids that were here on their day off. All the amazing kids that are performing, all the teachers that are working on their days off to help our kids be successful. The artwork, all of the things that are on your tables that went into making today special was because kids did that. Thank you very much for your time and I hope you guys have a great morning.
Thank you, Dr. Freeman. The State of the County is organized by the Jefferson County Growth Association. They have the blueprint and ask school districts to bring it to life. That was made possible in the Dunklin School District with the help of students and staff volunteers. We thank them and teacher Kim Weibel, who took the lead. Thank you, Ms. Weibel.
Please join us in welcoming to the stage the president of the Jefferson County Growth Association, Mr. Dan Govero.
Welcome to the State of the County. We do this every year. We put it on now, I think, 12 years, and we let the different schools handle each part of it, and it gets a chance to recognize the schools and what they're doing. So we appreciate the schools working with us, and Clint has been involved with these before because he's done DeSoto. And so it's a pleasure to work with them again. The school district, I want to thank again for hosting this event. It's a lot of work. The kids jump in, the staff workers jump in, and so it makes a great event. We appreciate all their help. I have to do some special thanks to people, the R5 district again, and the Growth Association that supports me and the group. And I thank you for the following help, the mistresses of ceremony, Lily Lehman and Jillian Jarvis. We appreciate them getting a chance to address people. Again, that's a good part of their learning process, I think. The national anthem was the Herculaneum High School Jazz Band, Presentation of Colors, American Heritage Girls Troops, Missouri 3110. The opening performance, Herculaneum High School Dance Team. The centerpieces was Sean Thomas School, Middle School. Placemats, the Early Childhood Center and Peavey Elementary students, which if you look at your placemats, they do an excellent job of putting those together. They're really neat. The coasters was supplied by the Wood Den, Crystal City or Festus, and they donate those for us. That's really neat looking. Dunklin R5 Board of Education, student representatives, the R5 School District staff and students, American Girls Troop, Missouri 3110, the JCA board members, and the Herculaneum Fire Department and the Dunklin Fire Department for putting up the flag. I learned that the Herculaneum had the flag, but Dunklin has the trucks that we need to put it up. So it was a cooperative effort. Special thanks to also Alpha Media, KJF 1400 AM, live stream SDL, Leader Publications, KSD 5 on your side, Jefferson County, Missouri. So they are videoing and doing put this together. Now I want to thank all the sponsors. If you look around, there's banners up here. Without those sponsors, we could not afford to put this on. It takes quite a bit of money and a lot of time and effort. So we thank Compass Health Network, Govero Land Services, Good Earth Tools, Express Mart Home Service Oil Company, First State Community Bank, Enterprise Bank and Trust, Fireworks City, Merrimack Specialty Company, St. Paul GM Country, Renee Reuter, State Representative 112, Mercy, the hospital, American Missouri, Ameren Missouri, North Cannabis Dispensaries, Jim Butler Chevrolet, AT&T Sheet Metal Workers Local 36, Production Castings Incorporated, Laborers Local 110, Developmental Disabilities Advocates, Northwest Jefferson County Chamber of Commerce, Jefferson College, which is our crown jewel, Bridgewater and Associates, LLC, Debbie Dunnigan, Waters as a Recorder of Deeds, and JCM Party Rentals. Like I said, it takes a lot of people to put this all together, and we appreciate all their support to keep this thing going every year. one, or different one. So with that, now I'm going to start in with the veterans. If there's veterans in here, would you please all stand? Look around, there's getting less and less of the veterans out here, so we appreciate what they've done. We couldn't be here today and have our freedom without the veterans. First responders, please stand. And we thank you for what you do, because we really need your services and to keep the county safe and in a good place. Federal legislators or their representatives, please stand. Thank you for serving. State legislators or representatives, please stand. Thank you for serving and representing us. We know it's a hard job, but there's things that has to be done and made better for the county, and so we appreciate your work. Board of Directors of the Growth Association, please stand. These are the real people that do the work. I might be up here, but they do. Well, we have a large board, and they all take on a project, because we have a lot of projects through the year, and they put their heart and soul into it. And let me tell you, especially like the golf tournament, you don't want to start cutting anything from them guys, because they're going to be on your tail. Don't cut our money out. So, and that's our big fundraiser for the year is the golf tournament. So the JCGA is what keeps us really running, and try to keep me in line. And the board is Sharon Floyd, our executive director. She's very talented, dedicated, and she's meticulous on making sure everything is correct. She was out here again last night. We were out here putting programs on the tables, and she was checking the signs of the banners and make sure they're okay. So she is really a hard worker, and like I said, she is really creative. If you've been to some of our events, she comes up with the decorations. And how she comes up with some of them, I don't know, but she does a good job. So, and again, thanks for all the staff and students here at Duncan R5 for making this possible. Without them, it wouldn't happen. In 1988, the Jefferson County Growth and Development Association was formed. It was reorganized in 2012 as the Jefferson County Growth Association, and our mission of the Jefferson County Growth Association is to provide coordination, professional leadership to promote and support new and existing growth throughout Jefferson County, Missouri. Some of our networking events are annual golf tournament, the Bottleneck Bridge Ride, Women's Storyteller, and the programs that we have. We also do the legislative forum at the end of session, so the legislators come back and tell us what happened in Jeff City. We sponsored a voter's guide in the Leader newspaper. The reason we started that was because the Leader did not have the money to keep the 7 or 8 pages going with the voter guide. So we jumped in and supported that to keep it going, because the people need to know who they're voting for and why. So I think it's a good part for us to do, is to keep that moving. I want to talk about the other things we've done. Is we have a women's group. We for years never had anything out here for the women to join, so we put together a women's storyteller group. It's took off, and it's really doing a good job. We have 70 to 100 people, and people from out of town come in to visit our women's group, which means if they come in and they spend time and money out here, we get taxes. So that's really good. We started a new youth outreach program. We're just getting that rolling. So that's another thing. We keep taking on new items to supply to help the county. The newest one we've done is it's called Jefferson County Together. We've always wanted something to have all 5 chambers to be involved with the county, so we have the whole county involved. So we come up with this outreach and for the chambers. It's a networking thing, and so it worked out. We did one last fall. We did one again this spring already, and we're going to do 2 a year. But we called it the Jefferson County Together because all 5 chambers got involved. Arnold, High Ridge, Twin City, Hillsborough, and DeSoto were all involved in helping put this together and put it on. And they were very successful. People enjoyed being able to get to see people from the other side of the county or other parts of the county and be able to talk with them and learn what they do and how their businesses are. So it's a really good event, and it's been well attended, and we appreciate everybody coming to enjoy that. So we keep, like I said, keep going with all our stuff to do. The events and other events can be found on our website because we do have a lot of events. We have, all year we have different things going. So you can go to the jcgamo.org and that's where you can sign up for the events too. And some of these, the Jefferson County Together and the women's group are even free. So we're able to put those on with the help of our board members. So the Jefferson County tax dollars matter. May save your life. We put a part on our PowerPoint where the tax dollars come from and where they go to. Without tax dollars, we can go back to what we had before a long time ago. It was gravel roads, no police protection to amount to anything, no ambulance service. So we have to appreciate we got to shop Jefferson County to get the taxes here to support these things that we like. The parks, we know we like parks, so we need more money for parks to make bigger and better ones. The county, like I said, we are growing, and we want to grow with it, and we want to make things happen out here that we're proud of. And we're getting noticed by other communities. Like I said, the women's group, we have people come in from out of town. The Bottleneck Bridge Ride, we come, I think 80% of those people are from out of town. They come in and see the beauty of our county and what we have, and they come back and they spend money here and do weekend things. So we want to keep that moving. There's a lot of things going to happen, I think, in this next year that's going to really make things happen. And I say again that if you don't pay your taxes, we go back to what we had. Many years ago, a lot of you don't remember, but we didn't have ambulances like we did to have today. We didn't have paramedics on the ambulance or fire trucks or even anything like that. So what we had was the hearse that was used for the end of the time had sirens and a red light on them. If they were sirens and a red light, you know where they're going to the hospital with somebody. But that's a hell of a thought, thinking that you're riding in a hearse to go to the hospital, and hopefully you're not riding back on the hearse. So we have to appreciate what we have and what we can have, and like I always say, shop Jefferson County. I know you can't buy everything here, but wherever you can, especially now you're seeing these internet, they're charging for returns. So it's nice if you can go to a store and pick out what you want, see it, feel it. If you got clothes, you can try them on, make sure they fit, so you don't have to ship stuff back, and that costs you money. So I think they're working in our favor, and they use our roads, but they don't put anything into the county or community. So we need to shop Jefferson County. We'll push that to the end, I think, and I always will, and keep this county going and moving. And if you got anything that the Growth Association can get involved with, let us know. We'll try to do it. Like I said, we do a lot of events, and we come up with the Jefferson County Together. We've had over 200 people in those events. So we think that's going to keep growing also. So we're going to keep the Growth Association going, keep the county moving. And I appreciate everything you do, and if you're happy with what we're doing, please join the Growth Association, because we need the help and the extra people and dollars. Thank you very much. Have a good day. Thanks.
Mr. Govero. St. Thomas Middle School and Herculaneum High School students made the centerpieces for this morning's event. Good job, guys.
It's time for the headliner. Please help me welcome Jefferson County Executive Dennis Gannon to deliver the State of the County.
Thank you, ladies. Give me a second to get set up here. I'm doing something a little bit different today. Everybody asked me, or many people asked me today when I came in if I was ready to give my speech. And I said, yes, I am. And it doesn't matter how good or bad it is, we can't stop the clock, so it's gonna happen. The other thing I thought was, they're really not worried about whether or not I turned off the notifications so that my sister can't send me a text message that has 9 other people on it. So I constantly am getting reminders to do something here. The other thing they didn't realize is I had to take my hearing aid out so that if I do get a phone call from Rick Francis, I'm not listening to it ring in my ear. So this is all a little bit different. Just like Clint Freeman had his iPad going on this morning, it's kind of nice to be here with you. You know, the state of the county is great. It's nice to reflect on what's going on in the county. So thank you for inviting me back, Dan, and the Jefferson County Growth Association for another event like we have today. A lot of people here, more people than in the past. This is a little bit of noise, so I'm going to deal with it here a little bit. This microphone a little bit annoying, not being here. I'd also like to thank Dr. Clint Freeman and the district staff, students, and volunteers who have played a part in preparing this event. To those listening in or viewing the event online, I'd like to thank you for taking your time and joining us here today. You are showing your interest and commitment to our community. As I looked around the audience this morning, I saw many old friends, many familiar faces, and I realized they are the stakeholders playing an important part of what happens in our county. Your commitment and contributions lead to Jefferson County being a dynamic and great community. Thank each of you for what you do. Many of you do things that no one knows about, but thank you for all those things. This annual report will address some of the important data points used to measure economic health of our county and speak of some of the highlights and achievements your county has had in the last year. My report on the county will be primarily based on the themes of delivering results, expanding outreach, and building partnerships. Clint talked about it this morning when he was talking about collaboration with people working together to make this process happen right here today. Jefferson County is rich in tradition and accomplishments, which was originally founded in December 1818. The census in 1821 reflected a population of 1,837 people. Last night, I heard someone refer to the citizens that live in their district or their county or their state. They said, we have 250,000 people that I represent. That put it in perspective. Jefferson County has a population of 229,000 people now, which is slightly over 2020 census of 1.2% increase. So you think of Jefferson County as having 229,000 people. That's 250,000 people live in Jefferson County. So it kind of put it a little bit different, made the number look bigger to me. I am happy to say that the labor workforce employed in 2023 continued to be higher than the prior years. Our workforce in Jefferson County now is 116,780 workers. This is a great spot for Jefferson County to be in right now. It's a big number. The unemployment numbers at the end of 2023 reflected a 2.6% rate below the state average in the St. Louis area region. So that means we have people working. And I think, Councilman, this is a time to applaud. Yeah. So let me state that again. Jefferson County's unemployment rate is 2.6%, and that's a big deal. So that was the only point I think that you might have to do that. The consumer price index for our region closed at 2023 at approximately 3% compared to the prior year of over 6%. As for building and construction activities, there were 463 new housing permits issued in unincorporated Jefferson County during 2023, slightly over the numbers of new housing permits in 2022. At our peak in 2020, there were 582 new housing permits issued, which was down 21% from where we're at now. Considering all combined permits peaked in 2017, we are currently down from 2017 in all building permits 8%. It must be our mandate to monitor this activity and see what we are doing or what we are not doing that will affect those numbers. To wrap the discussion on permits for 2023, all permits combined were down approximately 3% along with construction compared to 2022. So we are not keeping up with where we need to be. Let me shift and talk a little bit about some of the departments within the county. Our Parks and Recreation Department has undertaken 7 projects which have been highly successful. Some of the major projects include the upgrading and installation of restroom facilities at Pleasant Valley Nature Preserve, Big River Saddle Club, Sunridge Park, and the landing at Kimswick. In 2023, upgrades were made at the High Ridge Civic Center, including the addition of a surface to play pickleball, a new surface, a tile surface. I guess it's easier when you fall. Is that correct?
Yeah.
Okay. The installation of a new, by the way, when you fall, pickleball, that's what happens occasionally to guys like me. The installation of a new playground system, the relocation of one of our pavilions to make room for future developments. In addition, we put in new asphalt walking tracks and at the High Ridge and the Northwest Sports Complex. In all, our Jefferson County Parks Department sponsored 29 programs. They offered adult volleyball, youth volleyball, and basketball camps, along with a variety of fitness and conditioning classes. With the leadership of our Emergency Operations Director, the Emergency Operations Center was activated on 2 occasions in 2023. These activations were in response to a tornado and to assist the cities with standby support. The hazardous material team responded to 11 calls and incidents in our county. In addition, your Jefferson County Emergency Management facilitated $468,000 in outside funding and completed applications for another $1.7 million, some of which is currently under review. Some of the funding that we were successful in achieving Some of the funding that we were successful in getting was for the replacement of life-sustained breathing apparatuses used by the Hazardous Material Response Team. The completion of a modeling survey of the county to identify locations of outdoor warning sirens, and that study was completed in 2023. The purchase of biological and radiological instruments for our hazmat team. I would like to take just a few minutes at this time and thank all of those who make up our emergency operations center when it's in action. Those members include our local sheriff's department, fire departments, ambulances, police departments, 911, and volunteers. I'd like to take a moment to recognize these people, so if you don't mind, if you participate, and I would say reach out as far as even public safety or first responders. I know that you were always given a shout out to a while ago, but I'd like for you to stand again. would also like to recognize everybody who are doing their part in helping us to protect and maintain a safer and a cleaner environment throughout Jefferson County. The Center for Community Progress has published information stating that vacant, abandoned, and deteriorated properties pose significant costs to public health, property values, local taxpayers, and more. Many communities across the United States have shown that investing in solutions to reverse the damage caused by vacant, abandoned, and deteriorated properties has not only been cost-effective, but has also resulted in positive outcomes. Last year, with the support of additional funding from our county council, our county services and county enforcement department was able to execute a more robust plan in abating nuisance properties and conditions. We invested over $182,000 abating or eliminating nuisance properties. In addition, since 2021, the Jefferson County Solid Waste Department has processed 8,893 solid waste cases. And another resource that the county keeps doing and is working great is our drop-off voluntary recycling sites, which are located throughout the county. Right now, our program has had 14,472 visits last year alone and collected 366 tons of recyclable waste. Acceptable items at our recycling drop-off sites include paper, flattened cardboard, glass bottles and jars, food and beverage containers, plastic bottles and containers, and metal foods and beverage cans. I encourage everyone to be active and proactive in protecting and preserving the natural resources of Jefferson County. Our Think 6 recycling efforts are making a difference. During 2023, the Jefferson County Animal Resources Division experienced an intake of 1,339 animals. This division issued also 741 violations and responded to 2,165 service requests. While most of the animals we intake are cats and dogs, we occasionally have more unique animals like guinea pigs, fish, bearded dragons, chickens, and even peacocks. Our Public Works team has had a very active year and delivered several key projects to the citizens of the county. The technical division oversaw 12 funded local and federal funded programs of over $11 million. Some major projects completed are Old Lee May Ferry Road, Sycamore Lane Bridge replacement, bridges at Doss Hollow, Hillsborough House Spring, Arborist Road, Harness Road, and also we have the one I really like is the great streets improvements in High Ridge. That's Brian's district. That's his district. The Highway Department Division of Public Works completed 870 customer service requests, installation of new asphalt overlay and waterproofing membranes of 4 bridges, chip and seal projects, and removal of over 550 adopt-a-road bags of trash. Our Fleet Services Division, who supports all of the vehicles we have in the county, in addition to all the police cars, our sheriff's department's cars you see, all the big dump trucks, all the big motor graders, and all those tools that are used by the county roads, they upfitted and put into place 38 new vehicles supporting all of our departments across the county services. Stormwater Division last year had an active year, collaborating with stakeholders and building partnerships. Properly addressing stormwater drainage and runoff has become a problem. Some of our activities during 2023 included hosting 6 stormwater task force meetings with 5 municipal co-permittees regarding the countywide MS4 permit. Gave presentations in 7 grade schools on the topic of water pollution. Participated in career days at high schools. Participated in the Twin City and the Peevely Days, educating citizens on proper stormwater management. Our Facilities Division this year had a busy year. We completed $1.3 million of capital improvement projects throughout county buildings, including 5 projects totaling more than $249,000 at the county courthouse. Other items of note include the continued installation of LED lighting at various county facilities. The division also has received and completed 1,480 internal work orders during the year. I would also like to recognize, she'll be surprised, Jeannie Goff. Jeannie, she's down here somewhere. You don't have to stand, Jeannie, that's fine. Her office, Jeannie Goff is our county clerk, and they recently completed 2 minor renovation projects to improve the security and operations of her premises. The department was able to create a highly secure area specifically designed for the storage of absentee ballots and election tabulators used to tabulate the ballots on election day. This project implemented advanced security measures it equipped the area with restricted access, using a 2-person minimum key card entry system and limiting access to authorized personnel only. This enhancement minimizes the risk of unauthorized access and tampering. A registration record room was also constructed with a security locked entrance. This project was completed to satisfy and complete the safety data information that we have stored in the courthouse and the county administration building. Our public administrator, Tracy Perry, led her department and staff with outreach efforts this year, and during the past Christmas season, Tracy, along with her staff and volunteers, participated in the Jefferson County gift giving program. By collecting donations, they were able to deliver gifts to more than 287 residents residing in Jefferson County in nursing home and residential care facilities. That applause was for Tracy. Tracy and her staff dressed like elves with a miniature therapy horse in tow, and they made a lot of happy faces. Tracy also dedicated time instructing at the Crisis Intervention Team Academy, explaining the duties of Public Administrator's Office. This instruction to those on the front line explained how to navigate the process of guardianship. Tracy also committed to networking with local providers to bring everyone together as a team to help navigate guardianship. Recently, the county was awarded 2 recognitions. The Best Friends Animal Society presented our Animal Resource Center a no-kill shelter award. Our staff worked diligently to obtain an over 90% live release rate in Jefferson County. In addition, our county government received, in conjunction with Crystal City, Outstanding Local Government Award from East-West Gateway of Government. The accomplishment was for developing of the partnership between James Hardy, Crystal City, and Jefferson County to bring James Hardy plant to Jefferson County. All these projects and accomplishments would not have been completed without the talented workforce. We are committed to providing competitive wages and benefits to attract and retain necessary staff. With the support of our council last year, we were able to grant a 4% cost of living increase to all of our 664 county employees. I want to take this time to say I appreciate the dedication and commitment of our workforce in delivering quality customer service to our county and residents. The achievements and data points that I have just spoke of indicate the state of the county. It remains strong and will continue delivering results, expanding outreach, and building partnerships. Our efforts in 2024 will be guided by the budget that was adopted in 2023, as well as any initiatives that were not completed at the end of the year. As we move forward in 2024, we will be focusing on objectives that support our county growth, increase our outreach to all stakeholders, and build on and enhance our partnerships. Future implementation of these objectives will facilitate outcomes for our citizen, county, and region. Some examples of our 2024 outreach and collaboration will include, in addition to supporting all the vehicles, our fleet department will be upfitting and replacing an additional 24 vehicles in our flight fleet division. We have on the boards 19 federal and locally funded road projects with a projected cost of $17,700,000. It will either be under construction or completed by the end of this year. Those projects are bridges at Laguna Palma, Mount Olive Road, Allen Road, and all of those will be replaced, as well as the High Ridge Boulevard project, Segment Road Improvement Phase 3 and 4. In addition to that, our county service department will be conducting over 300 traffic counts at critical locations in the county. We will complete, which last week they started building a new maintenance facility in Hillsborough. We will complete that facility this year for our maintenance department to move it out of a building that has become unsafe and just old. We will also work on enhancements and refining cybersecurity and management and how to manage any incidents that might be happening to the county. We will also finalize plans for an outdoor warning system, and we also will be implementing security systems at many of our selected parks. You know, we have some beautiful parks in the county, but it's amazing to me how we go and install, when we have parks directors sitting there shaking his head, we will install something that will be great and good for the people to enjoy, and we come back later and somebody's ripped it out. I don't understand that. This year, we will also be moving forward on our county master plan. The scope of the work we have taken has 7 major steps to accomplish. Those steps are project initiation, project website, existing conditions and analysis, community vision, goals, objectives, and land use format, future growth, scenarios and land use map, preliminary countywide plans and policies, and then step 7 will be the presentation of the master plan and its adoption. We are currently in step 5, which is future growth scenarios and a projected land use map, and are now being evaluated. As this step is completed, we will move on to releasing the preliminary countywide plans and policies, then presenting the master plan for consideration and adoption. We recently closed on, last year, I said the crime lab, I hope we have opened I hope we're breaking ground. How did I say that, Sheriff? Because he will hold me accountable. I think last year I said, we hope to be digging dirt by the end of the year. Didn't I say that? So here we are a year later. Just recently we closed the bidding cycle for the construction of the new county crime lab, which will be utilized by Sheriff Marshak and the Jefferson County Sheriff's Department. The new crime lab will be located very close to here in Peevely, and it will be co-located with the evidence building. The construction project has been estimated at $10 million, and it will begin this year. We are continually looking at ways to expand our outreach to our citizens. Throughout the last year, we have not only enhanced already established resources, but expanded to other platforms to keep people informed of what's going on in the county. With social media being a highly used outlet, we have become more active by consistently posting job opportunities, education and county service, and cross-sharing with others across Jefferson County. Our social media pages have reached as many people as possible. Our citizens now as a result, 6.86% increase of followers on Facebook, and we only started being on Facebook 2 years ago. Currently, we have reached 135,000 impressions and 3,356 impressions on LinkedIn for 2023. So you take a tool, and I know, did Clint, I didn't hear everything what was going on out here with Clint, but did he ask you to share those pictures you were talking about? So, can I do this too? Ashley, I don't know where you're at right now. Okay, Ashley, so if everybody would take the pictures that you've taken today and share them on Facebook, how many more impressions would we make at the end of the day, you think, Ashley? So be watching for it. So I ask all of you to share your photos from today's meeting on Facebook. And also, what is it called? Hashtag? Is there something you hashtag? What is it called? Hashtag Jeff Como on your pictures from today. I don't do that stuff, so I'm asking you, as she said, hashtag Jeff Como. New in 2023 was the release of our Jefferson County online newsletter. Our publication provided another outlet for us to dive a bit deeper into the inner happenings of the county by sharing content such as new staff, projects and awards, achievements, personal letters from our council members, and letters from the county council. We have also community resources and fun-related facts from the county. So that was new. And have any of y'all seen the newsletter yet? How many have seen it? You also, so these guys are all from the county government over here. They have all seen it. All of you need to look at it. It has good to know information about our county. The newsletter and press releases are available, so we're going to be putting press releases on the county website also. So each time that you see the county newsletter, you'll find something new. Not only have we increased our efforts in keeping our citizens informed, but we have also been working diligently on improving business process within county government. The community development software we use is a multi-module platform including permitting, licensing, code enforcement, planning and zoning. The platform will allow citizens to create an account to apply for liquor license, contractor license, permits for buildings, and so you'll be able to also go online and pay and receive your license online. Additionally, citizens will be able to track the progress of their application as it proceeds through the process. This will allow for a quicker process and the reduction in human errors. The platform will allow the citizens to be more aligned and more informed. The agenda and meeting management software will provide more information to our citizens, all in one location. Our current meeting agenda center will receive a facelift and added features. We will start recording our county with county council meetings with a timestamp that was stamped to the item on the agenda, so it will allow you to look at a time or look at a specific item on the agenda, and you can look at the audio by clicking the link on side. It will also have and provide for a live voting feature, so if you are in the public sitting in the audience during a county council meeting, you will have a board that will show how the county council has voted, so you'll see the tally as it happens. Additionally, we will be streaming our meetings, and that hopefully will add for the transparency for those persons who attend and online. Another software offered by Civic Plus will empower residents to report incidents such as repair needs on roads, streets, bridges, etc. Those tasks will be performed on our civic development website, on our county website. You will also be able to read issues that we may be having or keep up to date on what's happening in the county. Our online service center will go live, and we look forward to improved business and outreach with our citizens and enhanced workflow for the county. I would also like to mention our eCode platform is an online portal that contains all of our laws, municipal codes, and our codified laws. Originally, Jefferson County's e-codes pages were housed the county charter and codified laws. We recently expanded the platform to include all ordinances and resolutions that have been passed since 2008. The ordinances and resolutions can now be searched using the search function. Our emergency operations staff, working with the staff of Regional Justice Information System, has applied for a $199,000 cybersecurity grant, which will be replacing the end-of-the-life hardware being used by Jefferson County. We were just notified that we did receive this grant, so we will be partnershiping and working on the cybersecurity grant to improve safety in Jefferson County on our networks. We will continue our partnership with Crystal City officials in delivering $31.5 million of road, bridge, and other infrastructure improvements for the project, James Hardy. We will continue working and supporting the Port Authority activities in Herculaneum and Kimmswick, and infrastructure and amenities additions are there that are happening now and will be in the process in the future. After many years of dedication and commitment by the stakeholders from the county, state, and federal level, work on the new I-55 expansion, on the replaced I-55 expansion has now begun. This design-build project, budgeted for $240 million, will pave the way for future development and growth in our county and region. The project area includes the cities of Peevely, Herculaneum, Festus, and Crystal City, along with many areas of unincorporated Jefferson County along the route. A groundbreaking ceremony will be held on March 8, 2024, and I understand it's going to be at the Herculaneum public parking site on the I-55, right down the road. I submitted to you earlier that the state of the county remains strong. As we move forward into 2024 and beyond, let us not be content with our status of where we are now. Jefferson County has a lot going for it, a vibrant history, magnificent natural resources, and the commitment of dedicated and loyal citizens. Our goal should not be to be steady with where we're at, but we need to be leading the way for the future. We can lead the way by setting an example for our peers to emulate by raising the bar of expectations, investing in our vital infrastructure and our citizens, preparing for opportunity growth while protecting our natural resources. Moving forward, delivering results, expanding outreach, and building partnerships will continue to be mission one. We must continue to use the available resources and assets, researching and seeking additional opportunities for new adventures, while at the same time increasing opportunity, maximum outreach for all stakeholders of the county and region. Next, we must expect, without exception, a standard of developing, maintaining, and enhancing through partnerships and collaboration. Partnerships that will pave the way for increased opportunities and a higher standard of living for all of Jefferson County. Each of these elements can be considered building blocks for a massive foundation, leading to a bright future. When the building blocks of growth, outreach, and partnership are connected with a mix of collaboration, commitment, and community, we will have set a new milestone. This mark will be solid foundation to build upon, a foundation that will pass us the torch, brightly lit on the next generation and for future generations. In closing, I would like again to thank everyone who participated in this event today. I would also like to thank each of you here today and everything for you do for our county. And I would like to thank those of you listening in or viewing for your interest in our county government. Thank all of you for allowing me the opportunity to serve as your county executive. I am humble and I appreciate the opportunity. Thank you so much.